Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade in
Shade
the
in the
City.
City.
I'm your girl, Treese,
It's Nels.
and today we're going to do our review of Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, y'all, episode 2. What's the name of this damn
I
episode?
thought you just said we was doing Love and Marriage Huntsville.
No, I said I had the T because of that reason. But anyway, sisters before misters. So if you haven't already, Shade Squad,
Rose before hose.
yeah, whatever. If you haven't already, Shade Squad, please make sure that you hit that like button.
And that subscribe button.
And shout out to one of our lovely subscribers. I love that she moved on from Power and came over to join us at Real Housewives of Atlanta. So shout out to Nadia. You know we love you, girl. And yeah, y'all, let's get into it and let's get shady. Picking up where we leave off, Courtney still jumping up and down as the bobblehead, as they say, in Candy's face. And Martell comes over after Sheree calls him over, to share what Monyetta and Kenya said about him seeing someone else in Atlanta. And of course, Martell being we know he's a cheater. I wouldn't say he's a good one, but we know he's a cheater. So of course he knows what to say and say, no, I spent all my time with you, Sheree. What do you mean?
Well, no, because I actually put in my notes. He actually really didn't deny it. He was like, "Who else am I spending my time with?" Clearly, she's getting the short end of the stick because I'm always with Sheree.
Well, damn, I didn't even catch that.
You
Look at
didn't say.
look at
You didn't
Nels. It's
say
the
no.
wordplay. It's the wordplay. So now Marlo is enjoying all of this messiness going on. And she, of course, goes to run and tell I forgot who she was talking to. She goes to run and tell Sheree that Kandi and Courtney were about to throw down at the party. So Sheree's like, oh, what's going on? And of course she wants to divert the attention from the awkwardness of the whole Martell Kenya situation. And so then, Sheree goes over, is asking Kandi what's happening. Kandi obviously is not interested in rehashing it. And I love how Sanya just gets up and is like, it's my husband's 40th birthday.
Yeah, but
I
nobody,
what I
nobody.
don't have time for is this. I'm going back to
Guess what?
celebrate my
But
husband.
nobody gave it in.
Yeah,
They
nobody.
still sat their ass down and they're like, okay, well, back to the drama.
Right. And the only thing I will say, well, I'll get there. I really I really be trying to. I think Sanya is likable. And I think that if she were on a show, like I know, I heard J Dub talking about how she had her own show before she came to Housewives with like her and her family and that whole dynamic. And I think that she would be great by herself. But when you put her in this mix of ladies,
Well, then who's supposed to like her besides her family if she's likable?
I don't know. I do feel like she's likable,
I don't, because
but it's the
actually
stuff that
before,
she does that they catch her on camera doing.
that's why she's not likable.
And she's very wishy-washy. And I'm
Just like, so before that whole situation happened where she got her from the table, Kandi was super aggravated that she found out that Sonia basically
right,
knew that she was inviting this girl to the party and the girl had a problem with her and never gave her a heads up.
right.
That's not likable. Not at all. I thought it was funny Don Juan called her Candiana.
Yeah, that was cute. And I love how Don Juan is always in the mess.
Uh, are you surprised?
Always in the mess.
Are you surprised?
But Monyetta and Kenya obviously come over to check on Kandi as well. And like I said, they all sitting around having a powwow. So once Sanya removes herself, Martell, Kandi asked about how Sheree feels about Martell sliding in Kenya's DMs.
I know Sheree said, look, I told y'all to come to me with the shit, but I need receipts. Y'all came
Right.
in bullshit.
And then Martell comes over and to address it and tells Kenya to speak up. And of course, she feels Martell is being
aggressive.
aggressive. And I told y'all,
Aggressive. uh, aggressive.
aggressive. But still, I told y'all, I have a feeling I am not gonna be able to sit with Kenya. You can't sit with me, okay? I don't know if I'm gonna be able to sit with Kenya at the lunch table.
I really just want to know what she expects. Like the vibe that it gives me is she expects to be able to get in a guy's face, yell, say whatever she wants, and him just supposed to sit there and eat it and not say anything.
Yeah, Martell denies ever sending Kenya a message. But then looks up in his phone and says, "Well, damn, I did."
I
And
got
he
something to say
shows
about
the
that later.
DM from 2 years ago, not 6 months ago, thanking her for what she said, which I told y'all about last review. And Kandi believes he deleted. She doesn't believe him at all, and believes he deleted anything
But where would he have
else
the
he may
time
have
to do
possibly sent
that?
her.
Where
Huh?
would listen? I don't want to feel like I'm defending Martell, but where would he have the time to do that? He literally picked up his phone and said, "Oh, you know what? I did message her." At what point? Like, I mean, it's not like he said he was ambushed. So it's not like he was expecting this to happen and he was like, let me clear it out my phone. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Well, then he goes on to curse at Kenya, which sets her off. And she tells Martell, once a cheater, always a cheater, and says that Sheree has a habit of dealing with abusive men. Everyone decides it's time to leave, and Sheree is disappointed. And then my notes end with, can we talk about how cute that KFC commercial is with Ace?
It is, I thought about I'm not gonna lie, I swear I thought about putting that in notes. But also I did want to address the fact that she compared him to Bob. She compared him to Bob, which I think was a super low blow. That was
right.
I feel like that's super damaging. Because and then they showed the clip and why she compared him to Bob, and Bob is talking about basically choking her and basically like, did you pass out? I was like, wow, like that to me that was a lot. That was a whole lot. But yeah, basically after all of that went down, the party was basically over. It seemed like everybody left after that. Now Ralph is at the house with his daughter Anaya.
Mm-hmm. I love that
And
name.
you know that was almost Talia's name.
Oh, really? I like that name.
But anyways, they're putting together a welcome floral arrangement. And really, so the reason why I even brought this up, because we know I don't like Ralph. I brought this up because his daughter is adorable.
And look just like him.
They she
Spitting
really does.
image.
She really does.
I've never, don't get me wrong. I do think that Ralph is handsome, but again, the things that come out of his mouth, I'm not attracted to the type of man that he is. It like the stuff that he says makes him unattractive. But that little girl, I was like,
She is
Jesus Christ.
beautiful. I was like, oh my God, she's so cute. And I also brought it up because I don't feel like we really get to see him like hanging out with the kids that much.
Kids, yeah.
Now basically Drew, she gets to the house. She had been in Chicago visiting her dad in the nursing home. She said that he went in walking and now he's in a wheelchair. He's been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. So now they're super worried about her mom and how she's handling it. But it's hard on the entire family because he really doesn't remember anybody. And said that he didn't really remember anybody until the mom came. And it started to kind of come back to him. And I thought it was cute. She said that they played a song for him that she was singing. Right. And they showed the video of him looking super happy listening to the song. I thought it was super cute. But now Drew is working on her passion, her music.
Music, yes.
Yes. And Ralph wrote and produced.
Isn't that how she got pulled what's his name? From what's his boy name? I can't remember right now. You know what I'm talking about. The reason why everybody can't stand her.
You talk about my show.
Yeah. What's the name of the boy?
We're not getting into that.
I'm just saying that's why everybody don't really like.
You got to be careful about the roles you pick. He wrote and produced a song for her, which apparently really helped out their relationship. They connect when it comes to music, and she says they're in the best place they've been in their entire marriage, their 8-year marriage. Okay. And then Ralph told her about the party and how that went down. He said, he came in, he was super fly. He found out that Courtney was his whole cousin, and also found out Courtney was in the middle of some BS with Kandi.
Right. Or Kandi, right.
And she was like, yeah, clearly y'all really are cousins because Yeah, both like to fight. I ain't never seen Ralph get into it. Ralph look like I'm too pretty. I don't do nothing. I'm too
Yeah,
pretty.
no, it definitely gives that. So Sanya sits down with Kandi. They have definitely gotten a lot closer over the last year. Sanya shares that Ross is ready for the rest of the family to move out. He's ready to build a life of their
He's
own.
tired of living like the Brady Bunch. He wants.
Right. Her mother apparently wants to move out and go to Florida, is my understanding.
Mhm.
And then the sister is just ready to get out as well.
Yeah, it sounds like Sonya the only one with the issue.
Yeah, she want to live in that.
Joint
I,
family in
I
a joint
don't.
family.
I don't want to say. I don't want to repeat what you said last time, but
What did I say last time?
so she can have somebody to watch her kid.
Oh, I mean, I didn't think that was bad. I think that's really what it is.
That's
You got to
especially
end.
when you're trying to make another one, but you already got a problem watching the one that you got.
I feel if I'm not mistaken, I feel like she said it. Instead of hiring a nanny, she got live-in family. That's what she want them there for.
Lord bless her. Now Kandi talks about uh, how Todd is working on a million projects. And he wants her to support him 100% like he does for her.
Oh, listen, let's not get it twisted. I definitely feel like she should support him because he is always there for her. But if what I'm doing, is what's paying all the bills, it takes precedence, and I'm gonna have to pencil you in. I can't just say X this and move on to your project. We got to take care of my project first because my project is what's possibly even funding you being able to fund your project.
Oh, well, that part. So now Sanya talks about the party and what she learned before the party. She explains how Courtney was talking about Kandi, and that Courtney basically insinuated that Kandi was ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
Kandi
The
wants to know,
ghetto.
right? And Kandi wants to know, well, what did you say while she was
I,
saying all
I,
this?
can I tell you, out of this whole episode and all the conversations, I literally this went through my mind, and I was so excited when Kandi asked, "You took the words right out of my mouth."
Right.
And then they showed a clip and showed Sonya laughing.
Again, we want to like Sonya, but Sanya. We're trying. We're
Right,
trying.
because she's so likable.
So, Sanya tells her that basically she didn't really feel the need to defend her because Courtney never really said that she was ghetto. She was saying that the people that came out behind following Kandi were ghetto. And basically she's tripping over her words. And Kandi doesn't believe anything that she has to say.
It's gonna come back in a reunion, and Kandi gonna get
Mm-hmm.
in that ass. But
And
now
then
it's
Sanya and them are still talking about baby number 2, but Ross
and
is all
now it's personal because we hang out. This ain't just some show shit. This is like we hang out. Our families
like
hang
our
out. Like,
families. Yeah.
yeah, it's personal now. And Kandi and Todd went to their restaurant Blaze. Apparently, it was in a popping area before the pandemic hit, and now they're not really getting as much business as they had hoped. Now they have Philip, their director of operations, coming in to try to kind of like revamp some things and
Redo the menu is what I got.
yeah, putting some new things on the menu. And Todd takes this opportunity to talk about how he wants to open other restaurants.
A Mexican one.
Mexican restaurant, a pizza restaurant, because he said the restaurant business is the business that he's made most of his money in, and feels that it will, finance his dreams. Then there, huh?
Said right on.
So then their chef and Candy's cousin Melvin comes in. I guess their head chef or whatever. He sat down, he's gonna taste some of the menu too. He comes in with his arm in a sling, and production quickly interrupts them and says, "So are we not gonna dress the elephant in the room?" And Todd is like, "Well, no, we're not, because of legal reasons." And then they show all these news reports all over the screen talking about how one of the employees from their business got into it with Melvin and shot him. Apparently the dude came in late and came in drunk. Him and Melvin got into it, went outside and shot him. Now, but Kandi basically says, this is how Atlanta is right now. This is this is really what's going on. It's plenty of violence. So
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, no, Kenya meets up with one of her friends, Akila is what I got.
mhm.
So her daughter and Brooklyn's daughter can play together. They sit down to catch up. Apparently, Akila is a wag, which if y'all don't know, I used to love that show. I wish they would bring it back. It was one of the best shows. I don't know why it ever got canceled. But that
They
means
always get rid of the best shows.
I know. Because I still follow what's the name, the real pretty one, Darnell.
Me
But
too.
but yeah, wives and girlfriends of sports stars is what WAG
Mhm.
stands for those who don't know. So anyway, Keela is with Tevin Coleman, which I know because I'm a football person. But anyway, Kenya's talking about how she's still struggling, and you have no idea. It's okay. He plays for the Falcons. You have no idea who that is either.
I've heard of the Falcons.
Okay, good for you. So Kenya talks about how she's still struggling to still get divorced, which is crazy when you see all these people popping up getting divorced and it be
I
so
said the
quick
same thing. But you know what I think it is? I think it's like all
because he
the
wants some money.
I think that's what it is. I think it's all the back and forth because I didn't realize that she wasn't divorced yet.
No, no, she's still not divorced. And then I read maybe like a week or two ago that his lawyer, his representation just dropped him. So now she has to wait for him to get another lawyer to even show up in court. So he's clearly dragging this out because he won his coin.
But see, that's you see what I'm saying? Sometimes when you just want out and you have all this stuff that you have to go through, you see how many years, years.
Right. Yeah. But I understand her wanting to hold on to her money too.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, she's been having a great time with Mr. KMC.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what she said it stood for, but that's
I didn't even put it down. I didn't.
right. That's what they call
Look,
it.
we didn't meet him, so
Right. So Akila said, even if it doesn't work out with him, she'll take her out to the football games, introduce her to some guys. I said, okay. And
period.
Kenya is still sharing with Akila about what happened and how Martell went off on her at Ross's birthday party. And, Kenya is basically saying that she's trying to help Sheree because they both have had experiences with abusive men. And then, of course, they got to run receipts.
To Kenya's point, I can understand where she was coming from saying that I just wanted to share that he did slide in my DMs. Like it was, I don't want to hide it from you. But you made it seem like he was trying to get at you though. It wasn't like, hey, I just want to let you know that he did hit me up in my DMs. But
One of this, I told y'all last review, this is one of the few times I was on and not defending Martell. This is one of the few times I was on Sheree's side because what was the point? And even if you wanted to share with me and tell me, why did it need to be at a party at an event?
and why was it a whole conversation with everybody else? Why
But
why
we all know
why
how Sheree feel about that too.
why wasn't
People
it
have
just
conversations about me without talking to me.
exactly? Why couldn't you just hit me up like, hey, I know you're dating him now. I just want to let you know I didn't open the message. I don't know what it says, but he did slide in my DMs and it was a while ago. But
Right. Because Kenya was saying something like it was supposed to be like 6 months ago or something.
well, actually, they ran the tape back, and she said at least 6 months ago.
Mm.
She didn't say it was 6 months ago because that's where the discrepancy was with Sheree and Martell. But they ran the tape back, and she did say at least 6 months ago because that's what she was saying that she said.
Mm.
But I mean, how you get 6 months mixed up with 2 years? But that's neither here nor
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that's it here there.
But then Sheree and Sonya met up, and she's talking about how she loves being a glam mom. Her granddaughter is freaking adorable.
Beautiful.
I
But her
mean,
son is very handsome.
yeah, Cairo, yeah, he's always
Yeah,
been
he's handsome.
he's always been low cutie.
Look,
Um,
no shade to be Bob's child. That man is handsome.
yeah, yeah. Now Sheree lets her know that, girl, you did your thing with this party this time. What was the budget? She's a lot, but I ain't had no budget. We know, we know.
Look, which Sheree can't knows nothing about that.
$100,000. Trust me, believe. Let me tell you, that would have been like a couple weddings. We not, we're not doing that for no birthday party. That's what we're not gonna do. Okay, so then they bring up the whole thing with Kenya and Martell, and how she called him aggressive, and Sonya completely understands because she took that same route with Ross.
With Ross, right?
When they were in Jamaica, so she gets it. And Kenya basically explained to her friend, oh, I just wanted to, like I said, oh, I just want to let her know, that he slid in my DMs. Or what you're not telling her is that you made it seem like he was trying to talk to you, and that's really not what it was. Now, Sheree said, she came with no receipts. and she needs her to take accountability for, the shit that she was coming at her with. You out here telling everybody and their mama, telling, coming at my man like boo, you need to take
Right.
accountability. And Kenya says that she's feeling some type of way towards Sheree because she didn't go to bat for her. And they both have abusive relationship history. And her and says, you know what, maybe she's just
And she did say,
dignified.
when Bob was saying what he said, I did stick up for you.
Bob was talking about choking her. Not some DMs. I don't understand how she got Bob from Martell. I don't. I don't understand how
That's
she got
true.
Bob from Martell. When she said like exes and stuff like that, like I was trying to think of who she was talking about, but when she said Bob, I was like, Bob? That is a damaging statement. Like if I was Martell, like I would be super pissed.
Oh yeah, because we all heard him admit that he like choked the shit out of Sheree or something like
And the
that.
fact they played the tape back, so it's not like you can be like, oh, I don't know, I don't remember. No, you
You
saw who she's
remember?
comparing you to. You know what I'm saying? So basically, Kenya basically feels like she's digmatized. And if she is, boo, that's her grand, like her friend said, not at this big age, that's just her big age business. Okay. Because
Ooh, okay.
he's not in your DMs. Maybe you should stay in your business. Um,
Mm.
Now Drew and Ralph, they went to the studio to play her songs to the engineer. Apparently, they want this to be like their studio home, is what I gathered
The
from both
vibe I
of
was getting,
them.
yeah.
Yeah. So basically, they talk about their history and how music was, how they connect, and he helps her. Basically, they have a really good time in the studio, and that's really where they should have all their dates at. The engineer, he's super happy to work with them, and and they actually Drew actually sung live for him. She sung live. They pulled out the keyboard, played the
Yeah,
music.
no, they both it did it was giving Tiny Desk. It definitely was giving Tiny Desk. Oh,
Excuse me.
bless you.
Thanks. Um, yeah, that's what they said. It was like basically that's what we're doing right now. And it was a cool little vibe.
I
It's just
actually think I like this. I enjoy the song more like acoustically than I
mhm.
do like the regular like produce song.
Let me ask you this. So seeing them in such a good space during the show, right? And knowing what's coming up,
It
it's
was hard for me because
right.
it seems
Okay.
like they are really in a good, happy space. And then
For the
like
first
the whole
time.
time I was watching, I was like, so how did we get where we are now?
Listen, I feel
It's
like
all I kept thinking.
I'm so negative while I'm watching it because she'll be like, "Yeah, this is the best place we've been in 8 years, and and I'm like, "Girl, it ain't gonna last long,
Right.
girl. Just a few months. In just a few months, your whole world gonna change. You're gonna be filing for divorce." So, like, I'm sitting here watching. I'm like, the bullshit, girl. He got you blind. You
And
got you.
that's what I guess what I'm looking for is like if we saw the Ralph that we saw seasons prior, I'd be like, oh, that's when he did it. The Tampa trip. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But everything seems to be
Oh no,
going
he
so
got
well
he
right now that it's like you can't pinpoint like, so what is the it? What was the
apparently
breaking
he
point?
got better at it, girl. I mean, I don't know. Listen, I assume it's cheating just because of his
No, I
history.
think she did mention that it was infidelities,
But I
absolutely.
mean, listen, clearly he got better.
But
And he
he also said that she was messing with Mimi's girl, and Mimi, I think Mimi co-signed that narrative
who?
with Ty.
Oh,
I'm dropping T if y'all ain't know already. But yeah, he accused her of having a relationship with Ty, and Mimi co-signed that.
guess what? You did it first. I accepted your indiscretions.
Oh, well, guess that's how that goes. Now, Sheree is at the She by Sheree distribution center. She by Sheree,
You had to make sure
she was
she
on the top of the
let us
world.
know that people is ordering her stuff and she trying to get it out. She had to let us know, y'all.
Yeah, she trying to get it out and says that, as she reiterates again, she got so much business that the website crashed. Now, Kenya comes, ain't no way I'm paying about $100 for no She by Sheree, a sweatshirt. But so Kenya goes to visit and shares about her experience getting to meet some of the Dallas Cowboys for a commercial that she was shooting. And then Sheree asks about, her relationship with her new boo, and Kenya seems to be very happy and talks about how great things are going. And then Sheree wants to talk about what happened at the party with Martell. And she explains how Martell felt ambushed. And Kenya says that basically he can feel that way, but she felt disrespected. She felt like Martell tried to call her a hoe. And she doesn't want to know him and doesn't want to get to know him.
So I didn't get hoe from what he said. I
definitely got that. When he said it, I was like, oh.
But he didn't say she's responding to all her DMs like she said. What he said was, I bet she accepts all her messages. What I got from that was attention seeking. I didn't get hoe. I got attention seeking.
Oh,
basically,
okay.
Like she wants, if people in her DM, she can't she can't wait. She got to see who writing her. I didn't get like hoe.
Okay, I can see that.
And also,
I'm the type of person, even when I see DMs and I don't know people, I gotta look at them and see what they say first.
Yeah, like you're curious, you're curious to know like who's hitting you up. You know what I'm saying? And also because, like I said, he did not say that you're responding to all your DMs. He said you accept all your DMs, is what he said. Well, she didn't accept yours, but so apparently not. You wasn't right.
I guess that's like when I block people, but I still go back and see if they message me because I want to see that they're messaging me.
I would think it's like
even though I don't, I block them.
Yeah, I would think it's like the same thing. I didn't get hoe from what he was saying though.
Okay, that makes sense. So basically Kenya and Sheree go back and forth about Martell. And Kenya says she, as I said, felt like he called her hoe. And feels like Sheree needs to get on Martell about how he treated her and feels that he was abusive. And Sheree isn't here for what Kenya is saying and wants to know how they can find a common ground, which Kenya isn't sure will ever happen. Got anything you want to add?
It's her verbiage.
Her verbiage.
Abusive.
First aggressive,
because he used the word fuck.
And then Sheree actually feels like Kenya's going through some things because she doesn't have a black man of her own.
That was a low blow.
That was a low blow.
But I mean, we doing low blows. Apparently, we calling people abusive and aggressive, and
comparing them to Bob. That's a low blow.
I mean, that's a low blow. So, but
Well, y'all, let us know. Naya, shout out, jumped out in the comments. Let us know what you thought of this episode. And yeah, y'all, if you have not already, please make sure that you hit that like button.
You comment.
You subscribe.
And you hit the notification bell.
And make sure that you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, the Twitter, the Facebook, and the IG. And we will catch you next week. It is going to be a little late because we're taking a little break. But yeah, we will catch you sometime next week for our review of episode 3 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Have a good night. Bye-bye.